On June the 10th, leading the attack of the 502nd, the 3rd Battalion under Lieutenant Cole.
Robert G. Cole found Bridge 2, the Douve Bridge, unrepaired, and the engineers assigned to the task pinned down by fire from an 88mm gun. Cole sent his first lieutenant, Ralph B. Gehouf, with a patrol across the river in a small boat.
They made their way to the last bridge, which they found blocked by a Belgian gate. The patrol was able to push the obstacle aside only 18 inches, just enough for one soldier at a time to negotiate. The patrol soon came under flare illumination mortar and machine gun fire, and eventually returned at 05:30 when the attack was postponed. Most of the fire appeared to be coming from a large farmhouse and a hedgerow on higher ground, 250 yards to the right of the highway beyond Bridge 4. Like and follow for the rest of the battle and more war events. On the 10th of June, the 327th 1st and 2nd Battalions crossed the Douve River during the early morning hours of 10th of June. 1st Battalion received friendly fire casualties from US mortars during the crossing by rubber boat. Some units waded across the river. After reaching the east bank in the early daylight hours, the 327th swung south towards Katz. 1st Battalion attacked on the south side of the Isigny Highway, and 2nd Battalion was on the north side. With Company G in the 2nd Battalion lead, heavy casualties were received as they approached Carentan. G Company was placed in reserve and was attached to the 3D Battalion of the 327th. In the early daylight hours of the 11th Company A of the 401st and Co. of the 327th attacked southward along the Bassana Flot, again taking heavy casualties. Like and follow for the rest of the battle and more war events. For educational, on the 10th of June at 01:45, 1st 327th began crossing the footbridges over the lower Douve, and by 0600, under cover of artillery fire, the entire regiment was across. It captured Brevans and began the 3-mile, 5-kilometer movement south and west. Company A of the 401st, accompanied by the Division Assistant G3, left the column and marched east toward Auville-sur-Levay to link up with the US 29th Infantry Division. The 327th did not encounter serious opposition until it approached the bridges spanning the Viatot Canal, east of Carentan, at 1800. It went into the attack with 2 battalions online, and by midnight held the east bank. The Douve Bridge was still not repaired when 3rd 502 returned at noon. The paratroopers used engineer materials at hand to improvise a footbridge and began moving single file down the causeway and advancing by crouching and crawling. The point of the 400-man battalion reached Bridge 4 at about 1600, with most of the unit past Bridge No. Under artillery and mortar fire and then sniper and machine gun fire as they got within range, casualties among the 3rd 502nd became heavy. Nightfall ended the advance, but not the casualties, when an attack at 23:30 by 2 low-flying German Ju-87 Stukas, strafing the causeway, killed 30 men and knocked I Company completely out of the battle. The severe casualties suffered by the 3rd 502nd, estimated at 67% of the original force, resulted in the nickname Purple Heart Lane, applied to that portion of the Carentan-Sainte-Mère-Église highway. Like and follow for the rest of the battle and more war events, for educational purposes only.